Are you ready to take your LLVM IR library and compile it for multiple platforms? If you've ever wondered how to cross-compile your library from Ubuntu to iOS, Android, Windows, and Mac, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. I totally understand how challenging it can be to get your library working across different platforms. It can feel like a maze of dependencies and configurations. But don't worry, you're not alone in this struggle. Here's the specific question we're addressing today. One user asked, how can I cross-compile my LLVM IR library into shared objects for iOS, Android, Windows, and Mac from Ubuntu? They want a straightforward example script to help them out. Sound familiar? Let's tackle this together. So what does cross-compiling involve? It means taking your code and compiling it for different operating systems, which can be tricky due to varying dependencies and architectures. But with the right tools and steps, we can make it happen. And stick around. At the end of this video, I'll share a handy tip that will streamline your cross-compilation process even further. To begin cross-compiling the LLVM IR library for multiple platforms, the user should first install the necessary cross-compilation tools on their Ubuntu system. This includes installing the LLVM toolchain and the required platform-specific compilers. Next, the user needs to prepare the LLVM IR files for compilation. This involves ensuring that the library and its dependencies are correctly represented in LLVM IR format. Now, the user can start the cross-compilation process. They should use the appropriate compiler for each target platform. For example, to compile for iOS, Android, Windows, and Mac, the user will run specific commands for each. Finally, the user should verify that the shared objects have been created successfully for each platform. This can be done by checking the output directory for the generated files. Fun fact, the LLVM project was started in 2003, and it has grown into a powerful toolchain used by many programming languages. Who knew compiling could be so exciting? Now let's look at the answers provided by other users. This user suggests an alternative approach for cross-compiling your LLVM IR library. They highlight the importance of setting the LLVM targets to build variable to include the necessary targets, specifically x86 and ARM, along with support for 64-bit and Apple architectures. They provide a command example using CMake for iOS cross-compilation. This command specifies architectures and includes a toolchain file for iOS. It's crucial to define the target architecture using the target option to avoid mismatches. Finally, they explain the format of the target triple, which includes architecture, vendor, system, and ABI. This ensures that the compilation matches the intended platform. Here's that handy tip I promised. Always keep your toolchains updated. This can save you from compatibility issues down the line and make your cross-compilation process smoother. And there you have it. You now know how to cross-compile your LLVM IR library for multiple platforms from Ubuntu. Remember, practice makes perfect. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more tips and tricks.